And what I'd like to do is just show you Tourism Tribe so you can just see how it could factor in as part of the solution for the Digital Leap program. So we're just getting there, and that's good. So basically, what we discussed in the other room was that, you know, if it's something that you think could be helpful to you now, and I'll take you through and give you a little guide through it, you can certainly get started on it straight away. And then if it ends up being part of the Digital Leap program, then, you know, we'll work out the commercial side of that, whether it's a reimbursement or whatever. And I wouldn't normally talk about price first, but it's really inexpensive anyway, and while Adam's sorting that out, because that was the question in the other room, you can become a member annually for $119, and then you'll get access to all of the things I'll show you. And then there are a couple of levels above that. But we've also, as we offer through...
just use that as mouse.
Sure, through Tourism Central Australia and any RTOs who we're working with.
Can you keep on the microphone just for the audio?
Sorry. As we offer to any of the RTOs, stakeholders we're working with, I'll give you directly a code today, a discount code that'll give you 25% off that and drop it down to $90. So it's when we designed this platform and the business model behind it, we didn't want cost to be a barrier at all. The barrier that I see to committing to something like this and any kind of online forum or anything like that, it's like joining Weight Watchers. You've got to be prepared to get into it and use the services and, you know, make those business improvements that you're wanting to make. So I'll give you a little spin through here so you can see. I'm going to log in with my demo account. So the membership of Tourism Tribe is comprised of people like you who have businesses or people who work in regional tourism like Tamara, and then it's also comprised of people who we have checked out the credentials of, or we already know, who register as experts. All right, so I've logged in here. See, we've got this little chat line down here. Do any of you use online chat in your business? It's like you may have seen it on banking websites and things like that. It's really handy to engage with your potential customer at that conversion point to be able to help them and answer the questions that they might have. So Wendy's just typing at the moment. She's in Adelaide. She manages the online chat and all of the customer service for Tourism Tribe, but I might try to beat her to it. Hi, Wendy. Now with some lovely Central Australia people. Showing them TT. Great. So Wendy looks after that, so she can direct you, particularly while you're getting familiar with the platform, and she runs that 5 days a week, about 10 hours a day. And these online chats are great little plugins to your website. They're really cheap, and you can take them everywhere with you. They're app-based as well. They're a great source of intel as well about the questions people are asking, because you can just turn it off when you need to and they'll leave a message. There you go. Good afternoon, Liz. Can I help you with anything today? Maybe a question from the audience, and I'll see if I can find the answer in the tribe. Think about your question. So that's great. So, but the basics in terms of the learning resources, so if we come in here, I think this is a good place to start. So this is all of the learning hubs, and these are all arranged by a topic, pretty much in digital marketing or in technology. So say if you are interested in learning more about Snapchat, you might have a younger audience and you want to know more about Snapchat. We could go in there and have a look, or... So Snapchat, any of you using Snapchat? If you have if you've got maybe a tour or attraction and you've got younger people, younger age backpackers, all of the learning hubs are structured in this way, where you've got the do-it-yourself resources, you can ask questions, so member questions, you can ask for help, and the asking for help is putting a question in, and then Fix It For Me is posting a job or finding an expert who can help you. So those experts, we keep them pretty busy. They're getting quite a bit of work out of this. So come down a bit further, come down the page. Beautiful. Now we're driving. Okay, so in Snapchat, we have got these are all quite new. So we've got support articles that have been written, I've got a blog post here from one of the experts. These are all tagged appropriately. Just come down a bit further, there's a tutorial down here just to show a tutorial. So I've got a Snapchat tutorial here. So this is a good introduction. A lot of the tutorials are good introductory things to explain about the platform and the type of audience it's good for and how to set it up. And what it does is it tells you what you're going to learn, and then it introduces you to the platform, like I said, the market. It's all it's written in very simple English with nothing technical in it, and then how to get started with it. So lots of pictures, very much how to set it up. And, you know, to be honest with you, there is all of this stuff, you could go and find it yourself online. But what we've done is bring it all together and organise it all for you and then put the support around it. So that you can ask a question in the forum, or you can, at various levels of membership, we do things like we have what we call a Zoom room. So once a week you can come, we'll have an expert in that room, like it's like a web conference, and you can just ask them questions. So we could have a Snapchat expert in there, or generally a social media marketing person in there. So lots of images in this one, and then there'll be more links down the bottom. So you get the general idea there. And then what we do is we also, there aren't any here yet, but we also can tag the forum, relevant forum posts, and have them associated with it as well. So we'll go back and have a look at some of the forum posts. So we could have gone to forum posts in that hub. So it's like a lot of websites that you can get to things via different things. Or we can look at some of the latest questions. So what were some of the topics we were talking about this morning? Maybe uploading photos to Instagram. So this has been started by a member. Does anyone have experience uploading photos to Instagram from a PC? And then you can see the thread underneath that where people have started to respond, and some of these people are people who we'd consider experts, and some are members themselves, providing their advice and their tips. And all of this is tagged.
So can you subscribe to that and then it tells you by email?
Yes,
okay.
And it will, so that every time there's a new addition to that thread, you'll get an email about that. The other email that you'll get is once a week, and we'll give you a Tourism Tribe Digest, which is all of the tips and news and updates, well, what we think is relevant. Try to keep it to only about 4 things, so that we're keeping you up to date. So if you only read the email, and it's just, 1 page once a week, then at least you're getting that feed, and it's keeping you engaged and keeping you up to date. So some of them are very deep and there's lots of information in them. But if you go to get support again, and you could have got there from the Learning Hub as well, but you can post a job. So this is where if you did want to get help with building a website, or you need somebody who can help you with search, you can actually come in here and post a job. And I think that our experts are down the bottom of the page as well. Yeah. So we've got a directory here of some of the people, and we've got more experts joining every week, which is good. So there's quite a few. There's several pages of them. So you can see the kind of skill set. So it's a mixture of tourism and digital, but 90% of them have got a strong digital focus and lots of experience. You've got a drone pilot in there, so... some of you may say, well, I'm really quite expert in this and want to be nominated that way, and then we take you through a process and check out your credentials and what your sort of blog posts you're writing online and that kind of thing for your area of expertise. Does anyone, are there any questions? Would you like us to ask Wendy a question on the chat and she can find something for you? Or do you have a question about the platform? The other thing I wanted to say is that the forums, we could give you a forum in there for the Digital Leap program that only the members who, we would assign you as members to it so nobody else can see it. So if you did want to have discussions about the program, we could certainly set that up. That would not be a problem. So we've got the kind of what's hot. What are the things people have been mostly looking at? We won an Innovation Award on World Tourism Day last week. That's what that is, in Queensland, which was very nice for Tourism Tribe. So we've got some hot topics on the forums and then down to these learning hubs. And if I went into one of the learning hubs, then that's where it opens up all the associated things around that particular topic. So hopefully that's pretty simple to follow. So you've got all your self-learning resources there, then forum questions that relate to Instagram, so threads. You can post a new question here, and then you can also generate a request to get help, which is, also ends up with the same process behind the scene with us coming back to you and finding you somebody who can give you some quotes. Okay, great, thank you.